Joy. We're going to talk about joy. Well, I don't know if it's just because I'm a self-proclaimed joy fueler teacher person, or because I'm just like really happy and positive person that I attract and was born into a lot of sadness and not joyful things. And so I have no idea to know necessarily the true accurate number of joyful people versus sad people. But what I experience is I've never met anyone as happy as me. And even when I went into deep sadness, I was actually very sad because I was so happy, and all the things around me that were unhappy and people made me sad. And I took that on, and I became the sadness just due to the disappointment of not being able to find a match to my joy, I guess. And thank goodness to my determination to be super healthy and happy, I was able to attract the things that brought me back to my joy, and even more stable and greater joy than what I was born into. It's like, the way I like to say it is I found, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. I remembered who I was before I got sad. So, that true joy that a child has. I'm walking a dog, hiking a dog. There she is. Oh, she's so cute. So I was, it's kind of cold and windy, makes me teary and bookery. Well, I was an extremely happy child, especially when I was, no, she's a puppy, she's a puller. And this is hills. They're very rocky, and slippy because of the rocks. As I was born in a plantation in Guatemala, and I must have been hardwired to joy. I think maybe we possibly all are. I don't know that for sure. But just from observing my kids, they're mostly super happy, unless they're complaining about not getting something they want, which is just like normal because we want what we want. It's not necessarily because my children are unhappy in their nature, they're just unhappy in that moment. So, I don't know. Maybe they were born with my happiness, wiredness. Anyways, I also had inner guidance towards a dominant state of joy because I remember being a 2-year-old child, and I was outside of my parents' bedroom, and they're arguing, and I was feeling very alone and ignored and forgotten and sad. And it wasn't a voice, it was like my own thought, but it was a thought as though it was another person saying it to me. Some other personality, maybe? I don't know. My guides, my angels, maybe? Don't know. I have no idea. But this thought or idea came to me that I interpreted as adoption, as the best description that I can give. But it was basically like a knowing that was telling me, not in words, but just in knowing that I suddenly had through me, of like, don't identify with those people and that stuff that's happening to them. It has nothing to do with you. You don't really belong to them. They were just the vehicle that brought you to, Earth dimension to come have this experience. Like, they were not my family, they're my adopted family, kind of. Completely and totally was the message that I received, or got, or the idea, the thought, again, too. It didn't feel like my thought, it just felt like something that was in my voice. It was more of just a knowing, the best way I can describe it. So that was a more positive perspective or idea or thought on that matter than the one I was having on my own, standing there feeling bad and sad, whatever. Well, it helped a lot, and it has actually carried me through to this point very nicely, because, a lot of stuff that humans go through, and these particular people that I was born to, I love them, it's great. They're just humans doing stuff that humans do, and sometimes, I might get caught up in it a little bit as far as, like, I'm being attacked, or not necessarily, attacked, but, just they're having opinions and actions towards me and against me based on whatever ideas they have that cause them to do the things that they do, and then they're having their own thing. There's always some silly thing going on. But I didn't identify with it anymore after that point. Sure, it annoyed me, and I'm not saying it never affected me again, but I definitely identified with it differently. So, the point isn't about, I'm so happy, yay me. Nothing I put out there is about me. I just try to use my life as an example to show what I'm trying to show, which is, right now, the topic of joy. So recently I got in a situation with somebody that was quite fond of me. I saw potential there with them. Didn't really know them like that super well. So even though I wasn't like completely sold on the idea. Hello. She loves humans. I know, they're so exciting. No jumping. Oh, lady. Oh, I know, you hate that thing. It just makes you not do the wonderful things you want to do. Anyways, there's a deal between me and this person that even though I didn't have the same feelings for them as they had for me, there's enough potential there that I was willing to let the feelings grow. But there was, of course, dealbreakers. And, like, don't mess with joy. My joy, other people's joy was, primarily my children's joy, was one of the primary dealbreakers. Well, this poor person, I chinga, ripping my own face off. Okay, I'm really bad at this videoing thing, so the whole point is what I'm saying. Anyways, it was, when you don't know what you don't know, you don't know it, and when you're not there, you're not there, and even though I was trying my best to, like, kind of guide this person a little bit, there was a point that I was obviously, not willing to put too much work there, because, with a life partner in particular, of course, if I really like you, I'm not expecting the person to be quote-unquote perfect, whatever that is, but, there's a certain cutoff point where you're like, nah, that's not what I'm willing to take on, and I only had the bandwidth and energy for a certain level of guiding and stuff in regard to this person and whichever person I'm with, if any, because my energy goes to me and my kids. Like, that's obviously the number one priority, because my kids don't have anyone else but me. I mean, they have their father, but their father, he doesn't have to offer what I have to offer. So, when it comes to what I have to offer, my kids have me. And if I'm gone, they're going to lose that. And I don't necessarily need to be gone physically. I can be gone emotionally, energetically, right? Because if I'm in a situation, in a relationship with anyone, it doesn't have to be a lover, it can be a friend, it can be, whoever, that I'm being drained by, or I'm allowing myself to be drained by, or it's draining, then that's going to rob that availability from me and my children. So I have to be really discerning to these situations that I bring in and allow in. So this person, they weren't able to cut it. It was sad. Some situations that are really common, like road rage, expectations of female and male gendery things, control of my possession of the person that I'm choosing to bond with. People not speaking in the way that you're wanting, and the person that you're in a relationship not doing things that you want them to do, things that really are not appropriate to demand, and then letting your energy, your vibrational energy, be contaminated with anger and funk, as I like to call it, over these various topics and areas. Not being completely direct and upfront, compromising claiming you're going to compromise too much, or more than you really should, and then not really being able to. So then you try to manipulate your way out of it. You back out of it, agreeing, you agreed, yes, I'm going to do that, I'm totally willing to do that. But then you're inching back, once you think you got the person type thing. And then manipulating yourself out of stuff that you agreed to do as well. Anyways, it's obviously complicated depending on the person's mental state of being, because if you're not cognitively aware of what you're doing, then you don't necessarily, it's not like you're intentionally doing it. It's not like you're able to change it or fix it because you're not aware, right? But the point is that makes the person doing these things miserable, and then they're miserable, walking around miserable, and then you're hanging out with this person who's miserable, and then you don't have to necessarily take that on, but a lot of people do, right? We're affected by other people's moods, so we can't obviously expect we can expect what we want, but it's not wise to allow our joy to be contaminated by another person's funk. But of course, I'm not going to choose to bind myself to somebody for life that is constantly allowing themselves to get in a funk, and then passive aggressive, manipulating games, right off the bat. It's that really is not even close to what I'm willing to take on, wanting to take on, especially since I wasn't super bonded to this person emotionally yet. Had I been super emotionally bonded to this person, would I be down with that? Probably a little bit more, but not necessarily. It just depends how, like, it's the pros and cons. Like, am I getting more out of this than it's requiring of me? I need to at least have a good, nice little balance there. But yeah, with this particular person, they were way more into it than I was, and it just wasn't worth the effort that I was going to have to put forth. And then I'm thinking, like, do I want this to be done to and around my children? Because they're not as knowing and discerning, and they're not able to manage these things like I am, right? They don't have the experience and the knowledge, so why would I do that to them? I mean, they're already having to deal with this anyways through the other people in their lives, so they're going to be exposed to it, of course, but why would I bring more of it in? I wouldn't at this point, unless there was enough there that was going to be adding positivity to our lives. So I couldn't do it. I wasn't going to do it. So that was, the end point. And the point is, it's really sad because this person very much wanted this union to happen, and they could have actually had it. There was moments where I was like, starting to kind of be like, yeah, like, it's cool, like, almost feel, starting to feel the little beginnings, the buds, the little seeds of maybe a little bond being possible there. And then they do a funky thing, a vibe-killed thing, which would sever it. Like, it would completely, that little bud that was starting to grow would die. It died. And then it happened, I would say over the it was more than that. Let's say 4 months that I was being courted by this person. It was literally like 4 or 5 incidences. That's not that much, really, but that's more than plenty for me to know that nope, and like to completely sever all the seeds died. They were dead and they were gone. They weren't going to come back to life. They weren't going to be, there's no replanting of any seeds. So, it's sad for this person that they sabotaged the very true possibility of a thing that could have been because of their funky bullshit, anger, trigger, mismanagement, basically, right? This person was a already older person, and they'd been in, therapy and doctor, this and that, pills, blah, 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 like all sorts of this shit that's supposed to be the modern day greatness. Didn't help at all. People would be like, oh, this person didn't want to change. They didn't do the work. I don't think they were given work to do, because I was presenting this person with stuff this person never thought of, had never been presented to this person by these medical professionals. Yeah, well, they're drug dealing professionals. They're not actual find solution professionals. So, good for y'all that have found people that do give you true solutions, and great that you actually implemented them and got results, but I'm pretty positive that the majority of people are not getting that, and they're suffering deeply and losing very meaningful, wonderful things to their life because of it, and I'm not charity for broken people, and like, I can't do that. So it's like, not that these people don't have wonderful potential, but potential doesn't necessarily mean jack. And I'm not willing to waste an entire rest of my lifetime over something that maybe is not even going to be able to get it. I feel kind of bad because I should have not met this person. But their offer was good and looked potentially like promising to facilitate me and my children in what I want for us. And I could really see myself liking this person, but yeah, not with anger, mood issues that were, yeah, no. And no happy, joyful person is going to want to. Phone died. I have so much fun, and I think I'm so funny, so if you don't think I'm funny, then it doesn't really matter to me, but anyways, I was talking about joy and this person that was in my life that was not a joyful person, but pretended to be, right? And, I saw too much funk, so I had to cut that off and that, because I'm not willing to take that on. I don't want a project in my spouse or partner. I just want a, equalish person. And it was just sad because this person really wanted this thing with me, and I don't blame them because I'm kind of freaking nice and I'm kind of freaking happy, right? But happy doesn't want to be around misery. Just doesn't. Like, we value our joy. That's why we're there, and we want to surround ourselves with more of that, or we want to not be around anyone. It's fine, right? Like, I'm very satisfied with myself. Like, I'm very entertaining. I had a lot of freaking fun, and I'm not willing to have Debbie Downer shit around me like all the time as a husband. So person having enough tantrums over really inappropriate, unnecessary things that I had to just say, I didn't really promise I was going to be able to do this, and apparently I'm not going to be able to do this. And it's no offense against them. Like, this person is very normal. So, come here, Loca. Let's come over here for a second. Let people by. Boop. We're going to stay right here. Let people by. Let the puppies by. It's going to be good. Aw, so cute. Coming this way? Oh. There's two ways. They're both good.
Okay.
Yeah, there's all sorts of ways. They're all very nice. All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Come on, boy.
Oh. We'll just stay for a minute. You don't want to lose your dad. That would be terrible. That would be terrible. Oh, more peoples. Oh, Abby, you're so strong. Come here, go. Come here. I know. Those people, they're so good. She's a happy baby. All right, let's get your leg out of there. You don't want your foot in there. That's going to hurt you. Good. So much excitement. Oh my goodness. Abby, she's my puppy that I'm watching. She's so sweet. That's how I make money, is I watch puppies. It's a great job. Highly recommend it. You just can't lose them or, let them get injured. Anyways, I have no idea where I was at on my train of thought there, but pretty sure it was around thoughts of like nothing, no serious judgment against this person. It just wasn't a match for me particularly, and it's going to be pretty draining for anybody eventually. So hopefully he's able to take my advice that I gave him and keep practicing what I showed him, and he can come to a space of mastery on these areas. Because, I used to be in a place that was more similar to where he's at. Just not there anymore. And there wasn't enough in common there, enough things, feelings and things between us. So I wasn't willing to continue on with that situation. But it was definitely sad. And so that's where I came to the realization that I wanted to teach joy to the best of my ability, because when you're happy, you're healthy. When you're happy, you don't get sick. When you're happy, and I mean true happy, not like spazzy, crazy, jump around, loco happiness. I don't really happy that way personally. I'm not necessarily like, sometimes happy is, I'm tired and I'm gonna be in a bad mood if I don't take a nap. So I go take a nap. That's like freaking happy. Happy can look like a lot of different things, but like that jumping for joy type of happy, that's usually fleeting and just not lasting. It's not sustainable. So when I talk about happy, that's what maybe people think about, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like truly residing in a state of joy just within yourself. You just feel good, right? You feel happy, you feel positive. You don't complain about stuff. You don't allow yourself to, because feeling good is more important to you than that thing that you could complain about. You honor and respect where people are at. You have compassion and understanding. That doesn't mean you're a pushover and do things that you can't afford energetically, financially, etc. It just means that you are kind and you don't lash out at people, including yourself, right? Like, we lash out at ourselves, we lash out at others. It's all abuse, and it's all putting things in a funk. That's not what we're wanting or going after when we are trying to... Hello. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Loquita, loquita. When we are trying to be a joy fueler, we keep more of our funk to ourselves when we're in a funk. When other people are in a funk, we identify it as not about us. We have more compassion and understanding about why people are in the funks that they're in, not for the purpose of quote unquote letting them get away with things, but for the purpose of feeling better inside ourselves about it. It's very whoop, whoop, whoop. She loves people. She loves people. Okay, we'll see if we can get by without her jumping on you. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
She, whichever it is.
Yeah, whichever is fine. Oh my goodness, boogers galore. Sorry about that. Can't control it. Every time I see somebody get lost in my focus. So we come up with perspectives and arguments about every single thing. That gets us to a better feeling place, because we want to feel better. People that feel good have energy to do the awesome things that they want to do in life, right? But if we're using up our energy on complaining and on being disappointed and making someone else the bad guy and we're the victim, and wow, this and that, and anger and all this, then we don't have the energy to be awesome, right? And we are creator, God, and goddess beings. So when we're not being the awesome that we actually are, like, that really does depress us, right? Because, like a narcissistic person, right, that's lost in narcissism, they feel great and fantastic, and they, like, in every essence of the sensation, they are, right? They are gods and creators just as much as everybody else. problem with them is they're out of balance. And they actually, well, they do dysfunctional things. They're not great. But then we have empaths on the other end that it's basically the same thing. But they feel basically lesser than, in a way, right? Because they're also little know-it-alls. They're all the same dang thing, right? But it's just expressing differently. So the point is, regardless of your psychological makeup and how you're expressing that, you are all God creator beings equally, not better one than the other, equally. And when we are not exuding, representing, presenting ourselves as, and feeling within ourselves as those grand creator beings that we are, it feels bad. So, I'm making my best attempt to helping people at least become closer to that beingness of who you are. So when we're feeling good and happy, then we are at a closer state of our natural state of being than when we're in a funk. But, I'm not saying you can't, there is some value in faking it until you make it, but you can't really just only fake it, right? You have to understand the trueness of what you're doing. So, when you're in a funk, and practice using that as a guidance rather than a thing to get mad at and judge, either judge someone else or judge yourself. So you're like, whoa, this doesn't feel good. What is that telling me? Well, it's telling you stop, evaluate situation, because something's off. So what could be off is the whole situation. You need to remove yourself from it, or your perspective needs to change about it. Sometimes a combination of both things, or one thing at a time. So the more you put those things in practice, then the better you get at managing. I'm gonna sit down for a minute. These fluctuations as they come about. The feelings, the way you feel is your guidance to joy. And so, we're not here to fix other people. So with my situation, this person wanted to be with me, so I'm like, hey, but I gotta fix you, right? I knew it wasn't gonna probably work, but they wanted it so bad, and they're like, I'm willing to do anything, which maybe they were, but I didn't realize that the situation was as bad as it was, and that was more than I was going to take on. So what I did was it was an experiment, and it was a good try, and I had good intentions. No, don't try to jump on the peoples. Don't try to jump on the people. She's so strong.
She's so friendly.
She loves everyone. She's so loving. I know, it's the best life. I kind of feel bad. But I also trust and believe that everything happens for a good reason, and this person has an amazing opportunity now to shift out of this perspective that this person has held that has kept them in an unhappy space in life. And of course it's up to this person what they're going to decide to do with it. They could decide to go back into that space of victim and feel sorry for themselves and beat themselves up or make me the bad guy or whatever the case may be. But I value my joy in my life enough that I wasn't willing to do that to my life. Yeah, passive-aggressive games and things, anger outbursts over silliest stuff, like that's way not allowed in my vicinity. So I had to nip that in the butt, and I didn't want to lead this person on. So it, I had to rip the Band-Aid off super quick, basically. So the point isn't about me. It isn't about me. It's about she loves me. She loves everyone. The point is about joy and why I decided to be a joy fueler. And oh my goodness, you just want to walk? Yeah? Okay, we better, because I want to go to the hot springs. Anyways, I think I'm just repeating myself at this point, but I'm going to make my best attempt to put things out there to help guide people to joy. I have no idea what I'm doing as far as teaching it, but in my day-to-day, I pay attention how I'm feeling, and I don't make that other people's problem. And that's a great place to start. Like when you feel a funk, like you get out of Dodge before anyone even notices. Because literally, even if you think it's their fault, it's really not. Like that is your job. Your joy is your job and your responsibility. And it is not cool to put that on other people. And like literally, like if you're with someone, friend, lover, whatever, and they're doing things that are making you unhappy, it is not their job to change to make you happy. It is your job to say, this isn't a match. I'm gonna remove myself from the space. Or if I'm not gonna remove myself from the space, then I am going to change my perspective about how I'm looking at this, so I stop allowing whatever this is to make me unhappy. And you can literally make everything feel better. Yeah, actually everything. Even the super creepy things. I know, because I've done it. And was it necessarily the best thing? I don't know, but it's certainly better than feeling sorry for yourself and being a victim and being in that energy space that makes you sick. Sometimes you can't get out of situations right away. So you talk yourself into the better feeling space about it until the time that you can safely remove yourself. And we're really good at that. So that is what I recommend to start with that department. Are you going to be going down that trail or this one? Oh, you're going this way. Okay, I was just trying to keep her away from you because she likes to jump. So I will proceed forward. Come on, girl. So practice doing that. Start with that to get yourself to a better feeling place. And from there, you can go to my website and ask for my assistance with any specifics of if there's maybe a perspective or something or holding that is not allowing you to feel. Yeah. Boop, boop. There you go. It's not allowing you to feel happy, like I'm really not able to find my happy place or a happier perspective on a particular topic. Well, you can hit me up and I will for free present to you some options that may help or at least get the ball rolling. Alright, girl. No jumping, no jumping, no jumping. Oh, this good girl. Oh, this good girl. Good girl. Spring has sprung. Not really, but close enough, so we're all enjoying this wonderful trail. Thank goodness they let doggies on this one. Anyways, hit me up if you need any assistance in this. I'm happy to help. That's what I do. I'm kind of good at this particular aspect. So, I'm happy to assist you if needed. So I'm going to end this and peace out. Enjoy your day. Try to not be a dick, okay? Turn this off. How do you do it? This how you do it.